It's actually a cold morning. Not a bad sight to wake up to for the first park up in Poland. Beautiful mist is pouring off the lake. A big push today to get about 4 hours worth of driving done in Poland. Our park up tonight has apparently got thermal hot baths and electric hookup, which is kind of cool. We're making our way down to Krakow and Auschwitz, and we're going to go meet Rob who's got the YouTube channel on Instagram, Archie and Me, or Pack the Man and Go. And I'm going to hang out with him for a bit. So big driving day tomorrow, a smaller one the day afterwards, and then have a look around Poland a bit more. It might be an urban park up, but it's got a hookup, and I think it was quite cheap per night as well. So last night's park up, not the most picturesque one in Poland, but it's a thermal hot bath, and for less than £2 that gets you an hour access, which includes a thermal hot bath, Himalayan salt room, 2 saunas, showers, the hot springs, jacuzzis, and it allows you to stay overnight in the car park in the 5 camper van spots, which also includes hookup and water, and I think they allow you to stay up to 4 days in total. That's a brilliant park up for less than £2. I think my van and John and Mandy's van might have hooked up, and here's their love child. I'm sure this has been like 50 miles of roadworks. Not the most interesting drive today. Park up. You can see behind me the forest right where you can see all the birch trees, also all stuff which is kind of the orangey autumn colours. That's where the park up is. In a lovely little warm morning walk through the woods just to get to this little high point. Overall, lovely little forest park up for our drive down to Krakow. Time to get going. I have to admit, these forest roads in southern Poland are lovely. Just a great mix of autumnal colours and nice and flat, so a lot more enjoyable than the motorway sections we've done over the last few days. For the first time on this trip, we've just driven past a police checkpoint and I haven't been stopped. Who's this on the right over here? Bloody pack the van and go. Hello, mate. Well, we've got John and Mandy, Archie and me, and me. So today's plan is we're going to go have a look around Auschwitz and sort of the area. That doesn't need to be on film, and if you ever do want to do research in the area, there's plenty of documentaries which would show the place and its history far better than I could ever. Go. So it's the following day, and today we're going to be leaving for Krakow. But first I want to point up that if you want to come see Auschwitz 1 and 2, this hotel is Hotel Imperial is, well, that's Auschwitz there, and that's one of the railway lines, and that's the other railway line there. It was 10 zloty per night to stay, and then they've got restaurant, they've got a buffet in the morning, they've also got showers, and it's reasonably secure parking during the day. So if anyone wants to come to Auschwitz to visit it in a van, definitely a great option to look into for cheap overnight parking in the van, and you can go get quite a few facilities in the hotel themselves. But today, on to Auschwitz. No, today, on to Krakow. Well, today on to Krakow, but now it's John and Mandy, Archie and me, or Rob, and my van. Had a bit of a cold night last night. So, bit of a cold night last night. I went to a city park up in Krakow. A bit expensive, at like 19 euros a night, but we're not here for the campsite, we're here for easy access to Krakow for the day. So, I think we're going to be here. So, pretty much here today, and then John and Mandy, Rob and me are going to go into Krakow. Solar panel cleaning day. Archie. So leaving Camping Adam, which is our we spot to get a nice park up, well, a nice campsite near Krakow to go explore the city. And today we're going to go to Slovakia. It's a new country. Convoying again with John and Mandy and Pat the Van and Go. Archie and me / Rob. Well, that ends another part of the trip really. So say goodbye to John and Mandy. And well, what a fantastic month I've had with them. And yeah, we couldn't realise it's been about 28 days I spent with them. Considering I met them for the first time in April, and then we met up at a few other meetups since. And then we just had an absolute brilliant time over the last pretty much 4 weeks around the Nordic countries, and then Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania and Poland. And if I'm honest, that's what I personally really enjoy about travel. I don't think the trip would have been anywhere near as good if I had just gone by myself. I always find, for me, travel is a far happier thing, a far more interesting experience if it's a group experience. I like my times by myself as well, but I find travel as a shared experience far more enjoyable. So spending the last month with John and Mandy, it's been great, especially with the bouncing the ideas across and what we did. Originally, I think John and Mandy were going to go from Stockholm to Helsinki on the ferry, and then I wanted to do the Arctic Circle. So then we were going to drive up the Gulf, and then John wanted to go to Norway, so we went to Norway. We just had a far better experience because you can just bounce ideas off each other and go from there. So yeah, absolutely fantastic time with them, and I'm sure I'll probably see them again at some point. They're actually still on the same road we are at the minute. Speaking of the road at the minute, at the moment we're driving to the Tatras Mountains from Poland to Slovakia, which will be another new country, and I'm now joining someone different for the trip. So I'm with Rob, who has the YouTube channel Archie and Me, or Pack the Van and Go, who again I met probably a bit in April this year, and subsequent multiple park-ups and meetups. So Rob and Archie are going to be travelling companions for the next bit of this trip throughout Europe. And I think our plan for today is to find a park-up, which is in the mountains with some snow. So we're going to go for probably some ski car parks and stuff like that. But that does mean for the new time lapses of driving, we'll be looking at a different wide arse in front of us. So this time it's going to be Pat the Van and Go's van. As once again I forgot to film an outro for this time for the Poland episode. So here is an outro with zero continuity. As you can see, I'm currently elsewhere. As a sneak peek, I'm currently in Croatia. But as an outro for the Poland part, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for joining John and Mandy as well, for those who have watched and subscribed to their video and channel. And hopefully for those who are going to watch and maybe see the trip from Rob's side of Pack the Van and Go, or Archie and Me. So if you've got any questions, feel free to comment below. If you've enjoyed it, subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when the next video's out. If you want to see some more up-to-date and live content, if you find the Instagram that's a little bit more live and up-to-date, and you can message me directly on there. And apart from that, well, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.